So welcome, our incredible visionary, elder, leader, community stalwarts, Trevor. We so appreciate your consistent leadership and solidarity. And as always at SETC, we begin all things by acknowledging our creator, by acknowledging the original stewards of the various lands we're on. We acknowledge all our ancestors, all those who toiled without compassion or compensation. We acknowledge all our elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, and learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. So, Trevor, can you please introduce yourself to our listeners and viewers and share a bit about your remarkable work?
Yeah, sure. I'd be happy to. My name is Trevor Charles. I am a professor of biology at University of Waterloo. I've been there for over 25 years. I'm a microbiologist. I study bacteria, especially bacterial genetics, and there's a lot of applications in there, from environment to agriculture to all sorts of things, including human health. So in addition to the research that I do in my research lab with the research team there, we also have some companies that bring our microbiological solutions to the market. And so we're active in mostly crop agriculture there, but we also provide services. A couple of years ago, we started off the Liftoff Black Entrepreneurship Program here in Kitchener, Waterloo Region, Wellington County. And this is funded through the Federal Black Entrepreneurship Program. And it's really been an amazing experience for us. We provide founders with an opportunity to really test out their idea, test the market, grow and scale. And we have an amazing number of coaches and mentors, all of whom have their own businesses. And, in addition to helping these founders, we're also having an impact on the community in a very positive way. I think many will know that entrepreneurship is very powerful for social impact, for change, and it's really what we need in our communities.
I couldn't agree more. And we've seen the impact of your work to Lift. More importantly, we've seen how you've advocated successfully for an academic institution to play a role in terms of supporting Black communities. So once again, I appreciate your pioneering and visionary leadership and consistency. 25 years. I appreciate all that context. So my next challenge is, what's inspiring you in your work right now? What has you curious, or what's keeping you up at nights?
Yeah, so what really inspires me is, how can we take the knowledge that we've gained over many, many years, in the science realm, with engineering, and how can we use that to make the world a better place? And late in life, I've come to understand that in the system that we have, we need to interface with business. Business has to be a critical component for that social change, for that social impact. And you have to understand those systems in order to make that change. How do you make the world a better place, right? You have to first know what the challenges are, right? What are the challenges that you should be addressing? Once you know what those challenges are, you can see whether you can make a business case for addressing those challenges. And that pull through a successful business can really make those changes come true, right? And we're talking about major changes to society, right? So we use as sort of our touch points the UN Sustainable Development Goals. So there's 17 Sustainable Development Goals. All of them touch on really what is most impactful, what is most important for us as human society to thrive. And by doing that, any business you have, any enterprise that you have, you can map to some of those Sustainable Development Goals. And it will really improve not just your bottom line, but it'll improve your impact.
I couldn't agree more. When you look at the SDGs, and when you look at just the concept of the triple bottom line, people, planet, and profit, or even quadruple, adding that purpose piece, it's so important. And we're in such a time of polarization. We're actually even seeing an ESG pushback and a pushback on some of these common goals that's aligned with the SDGs, because the concept of ESG is very aligned with the SDGs, and we're seeing a pushback from some areas. So once again, I appreciate your candor and all the context that you provide us, and your consistent authenticity. So my next question, what challenges and barriers do you face in your work? And what are some of the approaches you and your colleagues take to overcome some of these challenges and barriers, sir?
Challenges and barriers. So I would say that, I don't know if it's a challenge or, well, maybe it is a challenge. One of the challenges that I see just in general is there is often an overall lack of large scale thinking, right? So, you know, and I don't know if it's something that we see in our communities more than others, but sort of this mindset that is not so much a growth mindset, right? So, you know, how can you really make the big changes? You have to take some risk in order to do that. And you have to put yourself on the line. If you are worried about everything, I mean, of course, you have to make sure that you protect yourself, right? But there is a way that you can manage that risk in a way that allows you to take the risk, right? You just have to be aware of what they are. And I've seen so many organizations, so many individuals afraid to step forward because they're afraid that they're going to fall, right? Falling is not necessarily something that you should be afraid of. I mean, we've all fallen. You fall and you get back up and you're stronger. And then you can continue to move forward.
Absolutely. One of my colleagues is a medical doctor. He always says that bones that break sometimes form back stronger after they've broken. So
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
that we have to learn from lessons, and I appreciate that context. So my next question, do you have a set of key priorities right now in your work?
Yeah, so my priorities in not my work with entrepreneurs, but my work with my science is really focused on circular bioeconomy. So the idea there is that there's no such thing as a waste product, that every aspect of our waste can be upcycled into something that is of higher value. So we have to sort of change our concept of the whole idea of waste. And when you do that, you really transform how you look at systems. And it's almost sort of, you know, more like an ecosystem, right? So within the ecosystem, all of the waste products are used as resources by some other organism. And so we want to incorporate that into our systems.
That's incredible. And that regenerative thinking, it's so important in these times, not just around entrepreneurship, but it's around all ecosystem developments. It's so funny. We use ecological terms like ecosystem,
Yes. Yeah.
in all these sectors, but then we don't think about regenerative. We always have waste or things disappear when that's not how the universe works at all, you know? So I couldn't agree more. So my second last question, what is your ultimate goal and what does success look like to you and your colleagues?
Being able to thrive, simply, right? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we work at so many different things. Not all of them are going to be successful, but you're going to get to a point where you're going to be able to thrive. And I would say that's really the simple answer there is, you know, whichever way you can do it. And then once you do that, then you can give back and you can help other people to thrive as well.
Ashe. We gotta lift while we climb. Yeah, it's so important. So my last question, do you have any closing thoughts or calls to action for our listeners and our viewers?
Yeah, I know that there are many outstanding organizations out there across Canada that people can tap into. And I'd really encourage you to see what's available in your community and get involved. You know, you never know when you're going to meet somebody who you are able to really connect with, and just go out there and do it.
Ashe. We so appreciate your consistent leadership, solidarity, and authenticity, Trevor. I just so appreciate everything that you do for so many. And as always at SETC, we close the way we began by acknowledging all our ancestors, by acknowledging our creator, by acknowledging the original stewards of the various lands we're on. We acknowledge all our elders and community stalwarts whose shoulders we stand on as we build, share, and learn together for our collective liberation and sovereignty. Thank you so much, sir. So appreciate you.
Thank you for the opportunity, Victor.